everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be comparing the 4 hand packs that are available for smart dolls. Now this is going to be the flesh tone hand packs because there's some other hand packs that are solid black or solid red, but I'm not going to be talking about those. I'm also not going to be talking about the guy hand packs, and I don't even know how many of those there are, but these are the 4 flesh tone hand packs that are available for smart dolls. And I've got a set of all 4, and I've got them each in a different color. So I'm going to go through them, and I've got some props here as well to show you what some of the things the hands can do, or what you can do with the hands, some ideas and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide everybody to the side while we just look at hand pack 1. And I have hand pack 1 in Coco, which is for Justice because she's my Coco doll. So hand pack 1, I'm going to pull the hands out and show you what it comes with. And I've got her default hands in here as well. So it comes with, it's got a pointer finger. And this is great for taking pictures where you want the doll to be pointing at something. Like this picture that I took where it showed, I saw that Danny had helped pack my package, and so I took a picture of Justice pointing to his initials on that. So that's that one. Then we've got the peace sign, which is a classic gesture for taking photographs, and it's a really, really cute one to have. I really like this one a lot. Next, we have what's called the clasped hand. Oh no, this is the thumbs up, sorry, it looked like the clasped hand. Another very common gesture that you would want to use just to emphasize something's cool, or you know, you like something, or give that attitude towards the picture. And then the last hand that comes with the pack is the clasped hand, and that is this one. And this one, to me, reminds me of if you're closing your hand and you're looking at your nails. That's kind of how that gesture reminds me. And so with this hand pack, there's less activity that you can kind of do with it, and it's more, they more are emotional. They emote. They kind of give an attitude and a feeling to your photos. So like this one, you know, she's pointing. I think, look at this picture that I took of her where she was pointing at the troll's nose, and it was like a nose boop. And you know, there's all kinds of stuff that you can do to convey emotion with that. And with the clasped hand, for example, I like to do her with holding like a stuffed animal, and then just holding this around the stuffed animal. And I think that shows like a attachment to the animal, and it shows, you know, she's holding it to her heart. And so I kind of like that hand on her for that purpose. And then of course she could point at it too, but I actually had her with both clasped hands on earlier before this video, and I had her holding a plush. So I like those hands for that, for just kind of hugging, kind of like a hug. And then the other hands just for, you know, doing cute pictures like, you know, and for pointing at different things, and then for thumbs up, of course. So hand pack 1 is less, I want to say, action hands and more emotive hands. So that is 1. All right, now we are going to move to hand pack 2, which I have in milk for dry. Hand pack 2 comes with, let's get them out. They've got this hand, which is called the chopper, because it's just like a flat straight hand that would, you know, chop. So that's the chopper hand there. The next hand is the open hand. So it's just a hand, but the fingers are spread apart more widely. So that's the open hand. And each hand pack comes with 4 pairs of hands. So that's what I'm going through, all the different hands. All right, this hand is the gripping hand, so it can grip onto something. And I'm gonna show you how cool that one is in a minute, because I really like it for holding different things. So that's the grip hand. And then lastly, we have what they call on the site the Boob cover hand, but it is like a cupped hand. So it works well for cupping things. So I'm gonna show you now some of these hands in action with Mirai. So right now I have the Boob cover hand and the grip hand. So with the grip hand, she can actually grip things. This is a lightsaber. It is not to scale, but she is able to grip it in that hand and hang on to it without it coming too loose, which is nice, even though it's not to scale. If it were to scale, she would grip that even better. So that's good for that. Another thing that's good with this grip hand, and I'm gonna use this prop again, but she can hold on to a handbag. So that's a cute use of that hand. I really like that. For the Boob cover hand, of course you can do what's the boob covers, as so. But what I like this hand for is actually cupping things. So I used the grip hand and the boob cover hand. For this picture, as you can see, where she picked some flowers and she was holding the bottom of them. You could also use this hand to hold a snack. Now this one again is not to scale, but this would look really cute with an apple that was appropriately scaled, or some other treat that might be a better scale than this, so she can hold that in her hand. I've also got this cute Rubik's Cube that she can hold and just kind of hold and present, kind of like you're presenting something to someone. I think that hand is really good for that. So those are my favorite hands in the pack. These two hands I see as more like emotive hands, like in pack one, just to show an emotion. I don't think they can really hold on to anything or hold it. I mean, you could turn this hand, the open hand, you could turn it down and she could be holding something with that. It's hard to tell from where I'm sitting which hand is correct. It's this one. So she could actually hold this also with that hand. So that could work well for that, just for holding something palm up. I also like the chop hand for a salute. So if you were doing a salute, that would be a good hand to do a salute with. I don't know how the salute is proper, but that would be a good saluting hand. So if you wanted to do that, you could use that. So those are all ideas for hand pack 2, which is my newest hand pack. So I haven't played around with it as much, but that's what I've discovered so far. All right, hand pack number 3, which I have in T. And this was the first extra hand pack that I got because Summer was the first doll that I got. And it has my favorite hand of all the hands, which is the Live Long and Prosper hand, because I'm a huge nerd and I love that hand. And this hand pack was a gift from a friend. She actually sent me these as a surprise, which was super cool. I was like, whoa. And then after I got this hand pack, that's when I realized that the number one, in my opinion, most fun and best accessory to have for your smart doll is a hand pack, because it totally changes the play value and the mood of your doll. All right, so what does hand pack 3 come with? It comes with what's called the Grabby Hand, which is a wide open hand. Like you can hold a ball in that, or I'm gonna show you some things with it. So besides the Live Long and Prosper, we've got that Grabby Hand. We've got a fist. So if you're wanting to do some fighting poses, you got that fist right there. And so that's more of an emotive hand than an action, what I would call, well, you would take an action picture if you were doing, using this hand like a fighting picture. I like this one too though for the hugging, which I'll show you in just a second. And then also in this pack is what's called the 3-finger peace hand. So that is peace but 3-fingered. But I kind of like this hand for doing like a, let me show you. I kind of like this hand for doing like a kind of like a okay boss kind of thing, like all right, like kind of waving at somebody. That's what I kind of like that hand for, because I like the 2-fingered for peace, and then I kind of like this one's kind of like a casual wave, so I like that. But what I like, of course the live long and prosper hand is just, you know, an emotive hand. But this grabby hand is good for the big plushes as well. I'm going to show you. She can hold onto the bum of the big plush with that grabby hand, like so, and it kind of just rests there in her arms, which I really like that. And then if you combine that with the fist, I think it's similar to the clasped hand from pack 1, where it'll look like she's sort of hugging the doll. So it kind of gives it that look. So I like that combo. The grabby hand is also good for the same thing as like holding things. So you can hey, here's this Rubik's Cube. Do you want to solve it? Kind of thing. So I think it's good for holding things palms up as well, like the Boob cover hand. So that is hand pack 3. So now let's look at hand pack 4, which I have in cinnamon. So hand pack 4. In hand pack 4 we have, they call it I think they call it the Make-A-Wish hand or the Wishes hand. It's fingers crossed, which we do a lot here for, like, you know, fingers crossed. It's like for good luck, or you're hoping something. Then there is the finger heart, which I'm going to show you with my own hand what that even means. So it's the finger heart hand, and what that means is this is popular in Korea. So it's like a thing where this finger and this finger make a heart. So you can see there's a heart here, and that is a finger heart, and it's very, very, very popular in Korea and K-pop and things like that. So, and it just makes a heart. All right. Next we have I want to say it's called the upright grip. Is that right? It is for holding a sword upright. And so I've got that on her left hand now. And I'm going to show you guys how it works with a sword, but it's going to be a laser sword, because that's the only one I've got, which is this one, which again, not to scale, but what this does is it allows the Smart Doll to hold a sword up, like for combat, and it will hold it straight up, which is really cool. So I like that a lot, especially because May the 4th is coming up. So we're going to be taking some Star Wars themed pictures around this place. Now this is called the wide grabby hand. So this one also grabs things, but what I like with this one is books, and so I'm going to show you that now. I'm going to have to change your hand, so I'm going to take that hand off, and I actually am able to get her to hold a book in this hand, which is really cool. And so with her holding the book in the hand, you can actually repurpose, instead of using the Korean heart hand as the heart, you can use the finger heart. I call it the Korean heart, it's called the finger heart. You can use the finger heart as a pointer. So you can like use this to kind of point at whatever she's reading in the book. And I did a picture like that here that you can see where those two hands work really well together. So that's a cool idea for those hands. And of course this one, you could do the same thing with the other accessories. You could put, and that's what I like about these grabby and these grip hands, is that you can put these things in there and it'll hold on to them. And when I say action That's kind of what I mean, like you can actually do something with the hand other than just have a cool picture with it. Another thing that the wide grabby hand is good for, which is specifically mentioned on the website, is holding vintage action figures. So that's my old She-Ra figurine, and you can see that Kanata is able to hold her perfectly still in her hand. She's not gonna fall, and so that's really cool. If your doll's a collector like you are, or if you want to do some action figure stuff, those hands will grip. You can see I'm gonna move her up and down. It'll just hang on to it without slipping. So that's a really cool feature for that hand. So which hand pack do I like best? Personally, for me, I like hand pack 3 best because the Live Long and Prosper hand is my favorite hand. If I could do a combo of hands, which hands would I choose? I would choose from hand pack 3, the Live Long and Prosper. I would choose from hand pack 4, this wide, I believe it's called the wide grabby hand. Let me check that real quick. It is called the, wide grabby hand. So I have some notes hidden to the side. So this one's the wide grabby hand. I would choose that one from hand pack 4. The Live Long and Prosper from hand pack 3. From hand pack 2, I would choose the grip hand because it's really good for holding on to things. And then from hand pack, this is the grip hand. And then from hand pack 1, I would choose the peace fingers because I like that. I think it's really cute. So those are my favorite hands from each of the packs, but hand pack 3 is my favorite of the 3 packs. And oh, another thing I forgot to show you guys with the with hand pack 4, this is the upright grip hand. I'm going to show y'all this. The upright grip hand is also really great for holding purses, like you saw in those other hands. It's really nice for holding on to those purse handles. So I really like that hand for that. So she can have her purse in one hand and her lightsaber in the other, and she's ready to go out for a day of shopping and fighting or defending the galaxy. Whatever you want to look at it as, she's prepared. Kanata's exactly the person to do that too. So anyway, but again, if you're gonna get an accessory for your smart doll, you're not sure what to get, hand packs to me are the #1 accessory. I love them. They're so much fun to play with. You can plus up your pictures a lot by, being able to have your doll hold accessories and hold things and just having the different, symbols and things like that. So I think they're well worth the money. I think it's the second thing. Every time I've put a doll in my cart, since I bought Summer, because I didn't buy them with Summer when I bought her, and once I got them I realized that had been a mistake. So the second thing I put in my cart every time when I buy a new doll has been a hand pack to go with them. And I just chose a different hand pack each time so I'd have them all and so I could play with them all and see what they were all like. So that's been a lot of fun. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them for me in a comment below. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. That really helps my channel, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.